Wrestling fans and around the world, this is WCC's Overload. Myself, y el Orgullo de México, el Cibernético, along with Mr. Jones.
Hey, WCC family, what's up? This is Mr. Jones live. You can hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Good.
they can hear you. They can hear you. Mr. Jones, starting off, it was a crazy and very crazy night in Milwaukee, headquarters of WCC, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, so our CEO was there, wasn't he? Yeah, I
The
think he was.
Cooniverse was there.
Universe was there. There at Raw. And, man,
Man,
when you got Raw there and our CEO, it's about to get crazy, real quick.
I'm starting to get jealous with Milwaukee right now. I mean, seriously, you guys had what is it, the first ever reunion NWO? They had, what else? Ugh, I think one of the best Elimination Chamber matches there.
Yep.
And now this CM Punk versus Jerry the King Lawler in a steel cage match.
Man.
My God. I don't know if
My
you've been
God.
reading some of these, IWC reports, Internet Wrestling Community, by the way. But the biggest story breaking out tonight is your buddy, not mine, but your buddy, Michael Cole, actually got heat last night. And do you know why?
I don't know.
Let me tell you why. Apparently, I didn't really notice it either. I was watching Raw tonight because there's nothing on besides Love and Hip Hop, by the way, which is a good episode. But yeah, I was watching Love and Hip Hop and decided to watch Raw. And I was watching Raw, and I did notice one thing. CM Punk did drop a rock bottom on the King. Apparently, Michael Cole was supposed to, stir the pot on that one, but he didn't. Backstage, he got a shitload of heat. You were supposed to do this, and you were supposed to say that, and you were supposed to do this, and you were supposed to do that, and he didn't.
Botch.
Botch.
Botch. Bad
Exactly.
botch. No, it's all
Exactly.
right, back botch.
Ooh, don't go there. Really? Really? You're gonna go there?
Okay,
That
Sin Cara
early?
botch.
That
Sin
early?
botch. Sin Cara.
Ah, you know what? Go ahead. Do this on your own. I'm done. No, really. I mean, uh, what's worse, missing a spot as a commentator or Ryback dropping Swagger on the top of his dome?
I don't know. Cole, Cole been catching heat a lot of times on Raw, and there's nothing that can save him.
Right.
And especially, I guess, what happened last night.
Jeez. I mean, WWE is, could we say, on a breaking point already?
No,
Or what's going on?
I wouldn't say the breaking point just yet. I mean, after
Just
last
yet.
night. After last night.
I mean, really? You're going to go after the commentator for, you know, your words, botching?
Well, I mean, if he was supposed to call a spot in the match with CM Punk and King, which
Right.
was the main event, and then I mean, you said he was going to he went for a rock bottom. CM Punk went for a rock bottom.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know who botched on that one, but it didn't even look like anything really. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, poor dude probably just got yelled at for no damn reason. I'll be honest with you about that one.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about the dude. It's like, I really don't like the dude. I'll be honest with you. I met him in person. He's an asshole. Michael Cole, by the way.
Oh, Michael Cole.
Yeah, and he's an asshole.
He is an asshole. I'll agree with you on that. There was a time where Raw was here in Ohio, and I was happened to be where the ramp was, and like it was, the cameras wasn't rolling. I asked the guy for an autograph. Basically, he just said fuck you, and that's about it.
Right. Same thing here out here in LA. He tried to show his star power. Basically, a fan, stuck his hand out, like, trying to shake his hand. He pulls it back and goes, "Woo!" Like, yeah, right. So what does Cole do? He calls security. He fakes. He pretends he's gonna kick the guy out, who just paid, by the way, $1,000 seat.
Mm.
He decides to, show off his star power and try to scare him by saying, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna kick this guy out." They take him halfway up the ramp. Out of nowhere, security takes him right back to his seat. Michael Cole comes back, turns around, looks at him straight in the eye, and says, "You know what, you little bitch? That's what you get for fucking with me."
Wow.
Scared him like that. And the guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." I was like, wow, what an ass. I wouldn't go that far. Come on. I just paid $1,000 to sit right behind your ass, and it's like, you're going to do that to me? Really?
Cole better be careful.
Oh, my God. Moving on. You know what? Let's take this shit back to Milwaukee. We got Fresh on the line. Fresh, your experience for Monday Night Raw.
What's good, y'all? I was in the building, live. I had great seats. You know what I'm saying? It was an epic night.
What was the highlight of the night? Since you were there.
You said what? What was the question, Al?
What was the highlight of the night?
The highlight of the night, honestly, I was really surprised that we got more wrestling than what we usually get when we watch it on TV.
Right.
So we actually got a ton of wrestling for Raw, which is a first. We had way more wrestling, not that much talking. Besides Ryback, damn near killing Jack Swagger. I've noticed this about Milwaukee. Milwaukee, if we like you, we will really get behind you. Oh, and for those who did not hear on TV, there was a Goldberg chant in full effect when Ryback came out. There was a Goldberg chant. So we did chant Goldberg before we got to doing the Feed Me More. So yeah, we did yell for Goldberg.
Now let me ask you a straight up question. Are you a John Cena supporter?
Okay, before I answer that, L, if you're going to quote Milwaukee, you're going to give us credit for the birthplace of Austin 316, too.
Oh, yes.
Right. You're going to quote us. We were there for that, too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And as far as John Cena go, I am a part of the C Nation. I do ride with my nerd. So, yeah, I fuck with John Cena. Wow, what's up?
No, the real question I brought it up is because I'll admit, for the first time ever, last night was the first night I actually didn't hear that many of a Cena suck chants.
Oh no, you'll never win that battle in Milwaukee. There's too many little kids.
Oh wow.
I was telling people in the seats around me, I'm like, they'll never win this Cena sucks chant. There's far too many little kids.
Wow.
Like I was sitting in a sea of green.
Damn.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. So if you said Cena sucked, that means you're gonna have like what? Little Munchkin's gonna whip your ass?
Yes. The guy next to me said it was a group of kids behind me. They were like, "Let's go, Cena," and the guy beside me said, "Cena sucks." And I turned around, and everybody was staring directly at him. I tapped him on the shoulder. I'm like, "You see what you started? See what you started?" Like the little kids were beaming him. I mean, like they were staring through his soul.
Mm. Exactly, double right there.
Right.
Wow. Oh, what about mate? And it's not just John Cena, but what about Sin Cara? I mean, he basically didn't get that much of a pop. Any reason why?
I mean, nobody really got a. I mean, certain people really didn't get pops last night. Like, as big as Daniel Bryan gets a pop with the yeses and the nos when he does it on, TV, like, we didn't really react to that.
Right.
Like, we didn't really start reacting to it until R-Truth got the mic and started yelling yes.
By the way, were you happy that he actually knew and recognized where he was at?
I think he was happy that he knew and recognized where he was at. He didn't want to be beat up again.
That's true.
Now, El, you might want to tell some of the people about R-Truth trying to recognize where he was at.
Yeah, R-Truth tried to rectify the situation. He knew where he was. Last time he didn't know where he was. He got jobbed, and then they turned him heel.
That's true.
Anytime you job to Mason Ryan, it's a bad day at the office.
Wow. By the way, was there any dark matches?
Yes, we got 2 superstars matches, and then we got the After Dark match, which is advertised. So we got the Usos versus Epico and Primo, which will be on Superstars this week. Jinder Mahal and Alex Riley, that's on Superstars. And then we got Big Show versus John Cena at the end of the night, which was, the little bonus match they do.
Right. And I'm
which that match sucked. Like, the main event sucked too. Like, CM Punk and Jerry Lawler inside of a steel cage. I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm starting to not care that CM Punk is even a WWE champion anymore.
Did you vote on Twitter?
Hell no, I didn't vote. That shit was rigged anyway. Why else would they bring the cage?
That's right. I believe you guys also got screwed maybe a year ago. I believe it was Evan Bourne and somebody else. And you guys
it was supposed to be Evan Bourne and St. Carl, but all of a sudden the website crashes, so we get Evan Bourne versus Mason Ryan.
That's right.
Yeah.
What happened, Sean?
That's also a tragedy.
Exactly.
Yeah. CM Punk is overrated too, and I don't care how many Punk fans we got on the line or in the room. He's overrated. I stand on that.
Well, let's bring him in. Gentlemen, are you guys CM Punk fans? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm a CM Punk.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa, we got
and
it.
it's crazy because everything CM Punk stood in the middle of the ring last year and told John Cena that everything he was, CM Punk has become.
And you know what CM Punk stands for?
CM bitch?
Company man.
Oh.
Company man Punk. That's what he is.
Thank y'all very much.
Oh, Lord.
I'm saying you stood in the ring and called Cena the Yankees, yet you have become the Kobe Bryant of the WWE. You come out here and you cry.
How is he the Kobe Bryant of the WWE? Oh, my God.
Because Kobe Bryant...
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll take it back. He's LeBron James then. Because LeBron James and Kobe Bryant are the biggest crybabies in the NBA when something don't go their way.
That's right.
I will give you this. I will totally agree with you if this situation happens. If CM Punk beats John Cena's third title reign, which would mean he gets the title basically in December pay-per-view. If he keeps it that long, he will break Cena's or definitely break or with John Cena's third title reign of 380 some odd days.
No, he will break.
Being a WWE champion is pointless now. Like, why? You're never the main event. You don't sell T-shirts. Like, what are you doing?
Bro.
Who told you that he's not in the main event? Let me ask you.
He's like number 7 in T-shirt sales.
Right.
That's not top 5. You're never going on last because you don't outrank John Cena. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many times you've been.
Which is storyline.
In the last several years, who has? The only person possibly higher up on the totem pole than Cena is Triple H. They've made that very well and clear the last few years.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And who's
Orton's dropping down. CM Punk's filling the Orton spot.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Since
saying,
we lost
like,
Fresh.
it's CM Punk's fault that he wasn't even the second to last match in his own hometown at Extreme Rules earlier this year. I mean,
Doolin, can you repeat that a little louder?
I'll put it like this. Here's what I think about CM Punk. I do think he is very good in the ring. I do think
Right.
he is very good on the mic. But another wrestling group put it like this, and I agree with him.
Mhm.
He's good on the mic. He's not as good as people would think, and here's why.
Okay.
He's very good compared to most of the other superstars on the roster, if you think about it. Because most of the other superstars on the roster cannot really speak all that well.
Okay.
And then Punk looks better in comparison to them.
Right.
But if he was on a more talented roster, then you could see a good number of people that may be better than him on the mic.
Rockin' Reese.
Like that.
Rockin' Reese, are you a supporter of CM Punk?
Oh, no, you was right the first time there, brother.
Oh, okay. CM Bitch.
Yeah, because
Who talked previous to that?
Hold on. Let him speak.
Yeah, because I have said this even the day he dropped that pipe bomb. I knew this. I've been saying this. It has been a work. It was fake. I didn't believe a damn word of it. Matter of fact, let me go back to, and like I said when I busted my initial rant on Breakdown a few weeks ago, we've been through this song in dates before when he was in the WWE CW.
Correct.
Because all this time when you were losing to Morrison left and right, dude, we was starting to wonder if you was going to win this belt. And it was like, you finally got it, only to lose it to Chavo just before WrestleMania, because I guess he had to lose it to somebody.
Wow.
Then when you cashed in Money in the Bank, yeah, we was like, all right, yeah, you got the title, but there was like every week you were either losing non-title matches or you was getting saved by the skin of your teeth when the title was on the line. And it was like, it took you to SummerSlam to finally win a straight-up match.
Right.
And it was like, yeah. And that's like, what was he saying when he first went on this whole respect thing?
All I heard was
wow.
wow.
You allowed. Oh, that's right. He, CM Punk, allowed stuff like this to happen. If you had stopped it then, maybe, just maybe, you wouldn't be in the position where you are now.
Could you not say he was doing this out of respect? And I don't see how he's
champion.
whining when
Hold
he
on,
has been
Doolin.
overshadowed by Cena.
Hold
He
on,
has been
Doolin.
overshadowed by The Rock.
Doolin.
Hold on.
Let him finish.
Oh, yeah. All I just finished off was he wouldn't be in the position where he is now, which is an irrelevant WWE champion.
Okay. Team Doolin.
Floor's yours now.
Real quick, who was it that was talking 2 people ago? Who was it? Because I have a comment on for that, if I could say it.
Go ahead, Ronnie. Go ahead.
I don't know who it was, but I think he was onto something, and I agreed with what he was saying. But I think the big thing, and this ties now in with what you just said, the whole CM Punk. If you go back and watch his entry promo, the little vignette that he did, he basically laid out, his evolution, kind of what he's going to go through. Because he was talking about he was the only straight edge. He's going to be the only straight edge WWE champion. He mentioned that. He wants to be it. And the whole Chavo thing, that was giving it to somebody else, because keep in mind, look at what just transpired prior to that. And I'm not saying that Chavo got the title because of it, but there was definitely some part in it because of what happened prior to CM Punk getting the title. Because that was right when Chris Benoit died.
Okay.
When he got the title. So the whole Chavo getting it was getting away from that style of wrestling for a little while there.
Right. Doolin, would you like to concur on that? Doolin, are you still there?
Let me just say something right now.
I'm just saying for that part. That part I disagreed on. Like, I saw where you're coming from, but that part.
Hold on, Ronnie. Hold on, Ronnie. Let him finish. Go ahead, Doolin.
I'm not saying that you guys are completely wrong here or anything like that. I don't know.
Just say it. Just say
Oh,
it.
Good.
This is Overload. Go ahead.
all I'm saying is, look, I'm not saying he hasn't necessarily caused any of this himself. I'm not going to sit there and say that right now. While I do support Punk, I've always said I've never had him personally in my top 5. It's nothing against him. There's just 5 people that I've always personally considered to be my favorite. So that's out of the way.
Mm.
But I have a hard time thinking it's completely his fault that he's irrelevant when he's only will main event 2 pay-per-views. And here, the first one was because Cena was out of the pay-per-view. The second one is because Cena's challenging the champion. Now, SummerSlam is an exception to that, but if you think about it, Triple H is the only person in the WWE higher up than Cena. Think about it. The Royal Rumble match. Well, it's the Royal Rumble match. I've said. So other than really those exceptions, other than that, Punk has never been able to main event unless Cena's gone from the pay-per-view or Cena has to challenge him. So that's all I'm going to say.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
Your mic is on.
Well, my thing is, I hear, a few people saying, CM Punk isn't the hype, I don't know how you feel about him, but I mean, I'll go on the defense with CM Punk.
Oh.
CM Punk, he paid his dues in his whole entire career. When he jumped to WWE, we kind of figured out who's going to be the next outbreaking superstar. At first, I thought it was going to be John Morrison, but as you see, John Morrison's gone. CM Punk has to carry that load now because everything's going to be on his back because, one, John Cena is not going to stay around. I feel John Cena is not going to stay around any longer. He got so much on his plate. His body is almost beat. Orton and everybody else, like big names, are going to see on SmackDown.
Right.
And with CM Punk, he's going to be that go-to guy. And unfortunately, he's going to be that company man. He's going to stand his ground. I mean, he's not really whining. He's just fitting his role, and he's doing a damn good job at it. I mean, as for him beating the crap out of King, it's kind of uncalled for. But that's CM Punk. He's been showing this role ever since his ROH days.
Right.
So he's gonna use something that's gonna work for him, that's gonna get him over still. So, my hat's off to him.
Right. Let me tell you something. I do agree with you with what you said. He paid his dues. I give you that much. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna agree with half of what Maurice said, and the reason is because I gotta add a little more to it. Let's go back when he was saying that he was gonna leave the company. A lot of people, and I'm not trying to throw everybody under the bus from WCC, but a lot of people in WCC were like, fuck it, Punk is leaving. Punk is going to ROH. Punk is going to TNA. It's possible. His contract is up. He never got his ice cream bars. Blah, blah, blah. All this and that. What made me believe it at one point, I'll admit, imagine CM Punk going back home, Ring of Honor, as the WWE champion, appearing in Ring of Honor with the championship. The only thing, gentlemen, that you guys always forget to bring up is that bling bling. And yes, I said bling bling.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that money.
I'll admit, there's no way in hell you could even mention John Cena in this. You could even mention Randy Orton in this. But there's no way in hell that a guy who gets paid over $1 million, is going to settle down and say, hey, you know what? Let me take a pay cut and just get 50,000 for what I do. That means I get to sit on my ass for 50,000. Meanwhile, I could have been making over $1 million. It's that product that doesn't sell in the indie scene anymore. People say, what if CM Punk went to TNA? People say, what if CM Punk went to Ring of Honor? It's not gonna happen. I'll admit, Sean, how much do we get paid for doing this? Nothing.
No.
So you're telling me if WWE came right now and said, hey, Sean, here's $1 million contract. You leave that fat Mexican behind. You're telling me you're not gonna take that money?
I will say this, and I'm on the record. If WWE ever come to me and give me $1 million contract, I'll come up to you and give you 10 and say, don't call my ass, bye.
Exactly. I would have done the same thing too. I'm like, hey, Sean, nice meeting you. Bye. See, that's the thing why people never got that. But it made a little sense to me that Ring of Honor maybe attempted something. But here's the thing. You're forgetting who's running this shit down there. Jim Cornette.
Oh.
That's one thing people forgot. Key number 2. They're not on TV. That fool, CM Bitch, likes to be on TV. Don't get me wrong. He loves to be on TV. But that's the key thing that people forget all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it never made sense to me. None of that never ever made sense. It's like, dude, why would he leave a company to go to a shitty company? Understandable. Understandable. I mean, yeah, they could make it pop. But are they going to make it pop? No. Sorry.
Right. And that was one of the things I was going to say, like, well, CM Punk, he made it believable. I mean, he really made it believable. I mean, granted that the WWE said, hey, here's an open mic, do whatever you want to do.
Right.
Nobody wasn't expecting him to mention ROH out of his mouth. I mean, the only other person that I can think of off the top of my head who mentioned Ring of Honor was Matt Hardy. But at least Matt Hardy was actually true with that because Vince really didn't know what the fuck was going on with Matt. But seeing with CM Punk, CM Punk made it believable. And that's why I said he paid his due. He's doing a good-ass job, you know. But, I mean, which CM Punk are we actually looking at now?
Right. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I always kind of tease Maurice about it. I'm like, dude, is CM Punk finally a heel? Is he a heel? Is he a heel? And it was like, you know, what more do we need to say, hey, Punk's a heel now? I mean, let me ask you this. Are you officially calling CM Punk a heel? Because I am. I don't care what anybody else says. I know I am.
Oh, I'm calling him a heel, you know, 24/7. He is a heel. I mean, everybody has this thing where he's neutral, or he was never a face. He was never a face. He was never a heel. CM Punk, if everybody remember, CM Punk was with Nexus. Nexus was all heel.
Right.
CM Punk was a heel from the time that he feuded with Jeff Hardy to the time that he started his Straight Edge Society, Nexus, and now.
Mm-hmm. My God, I mean, CM Punk has to finally shut it down already. It's not working for me. I mean, dude, you're the champ. You got it. It's like you're about to break some records. Big deal. Whoop-de-whoop. Look who you're beating. But, yeah, I hope this thing is over with because, yeah, it's dying out for me. Oh, man, Love and Hip Hop was more entertaining once again.
Oh, no, it's Love and Hip Hop.
I know, I'm sorry, but oh, man, thank you, White West. That's a fucking bomb-ass show. But seriously, the first hour, yeah, was a snooze fest. But, gentlemen, go ahead, Sean, my bad.
I was going to say, the Funkasaurus, Funketeer, Cameron, and Naomi.
Oh, my. Let's bring everybody back in here real quick. Did you guys like Naomi's ass?
What?
Oh, what? Are you guys still thinking about it?
I know I am.
Hell yeah.
Um,
7. That's the only good thing about Brothers Clay.
Mm. Is that over, or are we gonna still see the Funkasaurus around? Anybody?
Anybody want to?
Yeah, well,
I'm not really concerned with him. I'm not really following his storyline except for that he's doing something with Damien Sandow now.
Right.
Well, yeah, he's been doing that with Damien Sandow. Like I think he got a second loss against him and things like that. They were actually supposed to face off at SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken, but I guess it was just like a scheduling conflict or something like that.
Brian Jones.
yo,
Did you see Cameron and Naomi? Oh my.
Is this Brand? What?
Brian Jones, the
Brian
linebacker
Jones?
himself, the terror of terrors,
The man who assaulted our
Welcome to the
CEO.
show.
the
Welcome
man
to
who
the
brought
show.
back the gore.
The new man beast.
There you
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
man beast.
oh yeah, I seen. Oh hell yeah, I seen him. Oh yes.
What do you
Um,
guys?
Like
Oh.
he said at the
And what
beginning.
about Antonio, whatever his name,
Cesaro.
Claudio Castagnoli, getting the U.S. title, and he's been impressive.
Very impressive, by the way. Good thing you brought that up.
He
I mean,
is.
this guy has
He is.
been terrorizing Santino, and I've been watching some of these videos on YouTube where he does these house shows. Oh man, he impressed me. He's a beast. Keep your eye on the
He
guy.
is. He's got the size,
Yeah,
he's got the athleticism, or maybe not athleticism, but he's certainly got the technical prowess. He's got the catch-can style. He's got it, man. It's no
And
wonder.
And he got the
has,
chick.
has anybody noticed what they're doing on the new NXT?
No, go ahead, Ronnie.
No.
Down in the Full Sail, the whole this week's match, or not this week's, last week's match that they had. It was a CM Punk teaming up with the FCW champ Seth Rollins versus
Hold on, guys.
yeah, taking on the other now who it was
Cesaro.
yeah. So it was the King of the Wrestling.
No, aka Chris Hero, the King.
I'm waiting to be able to watch that match. I can't wait to see that. I've been trying to find that because WWE hasn't released it yet, and I'm waiting for that. I want to see that because this week's is going to have Cena down there.
I mean, since we're talking about local wrestling, Sean, I don't know if you do know who Scorpio Sky is. Shout outs to Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky, a.k.a. Harold, this past Monday was a patient with Daniel Bryan taking some anger management classes. Do you know who Scorpio Sky is?
I heard his name fly around the Indies. I'll be truthfully and honest. I haven't seen any of his matches, but I heard the guy is awesome.
Right. I mean, this guy, if for some of you that actually be watching TNA, do know who Scorpio Sky is, by the way. He was Mason Ryan, not Mason Andrews. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the man beast over here. See? With his gore. I'm still thinking about that. But, yeah, Mason Andrews is apparently about to sign with WWE, according to his Twitter page. For those of you that don't know who Scorpio Sky is, basically this guy is another independent wrestler here in Southern California. He's been traveling around the world. He was in Mexico for a little while. Didn't last long. He wasn't really too, too comfortable down there. So basically, he took off to Japan. From Japan, he went back to England. From England, he just ended up switching over back to the United States. He's been doing a lot of promos here and there. But it was very surprising that they took a little chance with Harold. I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say because like I said, like you said, he's been doing stuff for a while, and WWE is good for taking chances. So
Right.
he nailed it. I liked it. I liked the whole anger management thing.
Maurice, what did you think about Daniel Bryan's promo backstage with Harold?
Oh my goodness, this one. I swear, I don't think I've ever watched anything funnier for a comedy skit ever in my life. Like,
Yeah.
this topped like some of the greatest Saturday Night Live sketches I think I ever saw in my life. Like, especially then when they got Kane involved. I was about to say, I was just like telling a few people, like, I don't think I remember Kane being this funny since like he was cutting that promo with him and Hogan and The Rock on SmackDown.
Right.
Or like that time when Big Show thought he was strapped in, and then Kane and just walked up and said, "Nah, man, I just walked through the door in the back."
Brian Jones, what do you think about Harold and Kane? The War Machine. Brian.
Yeah.
What do you think about Daniel Bryan and Kane?
Man, that shit was hilarious. I like when Kane just started ranting about what he does. I'm like, especially when he says he has that unhealthy obsession with torturing Pete Rose. I was like, oh man, that was like the best segment of the night.
I know, exactly. Brandon Doolin, your thoughts, Daniel Bryan, Kane, anger management classes.
I didn't get to see all of it. I did get to see when Kane was saying all the things he's done. I will agree with you guys. That stuff was hilarious. We talk about Mike's skills a lot. We have to put Kane in that list. I think Kane is somewhat underrated as far as Mike's skills and promo skills go. He can cut it as well as anybody.
Right.
We don't talk about him enough when it comes to Mike's skills. He did a fantastic job. And for reasons never quite explained, I have an unhealthy obsession with torturing Pete Rose.
Ouch.
That was gold right there. I agree with you guys 100%. And let's also not forget the picture on our Facebook page of us doing captions of the storytelling Kane captions. It's like, for reasons never quite explained, I have an unhealthy obsession with roasting marshmallows. I mean, we made a ton of funny stuff on our Facebook page on it. So.
By the way, for those of you that got Facebook, don't forget to add us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Wrestling Commentary Central. And if you got Twitter, follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. Ro Robinson, are you still in here?
No!
Is that a no? Okay.
He's not leaving.
Anyways,
He's not leaving.
Sean.
Come on,
Man.
dude. Don't do this to me, dude.
Are you all right?
Jason, what the fuck?
Who's getting beat up over there?
No.
I think Brian's coming up with some new storylines.
He probably just wants to spend time with his family.
Probably thinking more ways to attack people.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hanging up on people all the time.
But, hey, guys, what did you guys think about the whole Triple H thing? I mean, is he done? I mean, I brought this up a long time ago. Is he done? I mean, is this the last we see of him? A lot of people are speculating that this is it.
Triple H, I'll say this. I respect the man. I respect him. I watched him as a kid from the Attitude Era. Well, actually, no, take it back. I watched him since WCW.
Right.
I mean, the guy, he done it all in the ring. I mean, he conquered the sport. I thank him for everything that he's done. I mean, I hate to see him go out like this, but I mean, I have to say he's pretty much done. I mean, you know, my hat's off to him. You know, congratulations on all his success. Will we ever see him in front of us and in front of the camera in the middle of the ring? I have to say yes.
Oh, wow. Maurice.
But if it's the last time we have to see him, then
Maurice, is this the end of Triple H? Say it in so.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it. I think we may see one final battle, maybe two, but yeah, we are looking at. We're pretty close to the end of the game's career because let's see, he's been going since. Yeah, he's been going about 20 years now because I think he started 90, like either late 91, early 92, something like that. And let's face it, he's like torn both quadriceps.
Right.
He's had a storyline had his arm broken twice. I know he's had like he's like literally had skin tears because of like some of his hardcore matches or whatever.
Oh, let's also not forget the trachea injury he got
trachea.
at Survivor Series.
Yeah, from a first chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, eventually.
And the groin injuries that he's had in the second chamber match.
Yeah, like I said, he's like literally had every. I know he's had back issues. He's had he had storyline traction from when Austin like dropped him on the forklift or whatever, or the crane.
Not to get the storyline things he got at the hands of Kevin Nash.
Yeah, but even with that, like Triple H has been through a lot in 20 years in the ring, so it's like, and he's very, very rarely, like during his heyday, had time off. So
Right.
yeah, so let's be real, like let's be real, if he's like, if like he's almost done. Like I said, there may be one or two last battles left in him, but for all intents and purposes, yeah, he's done.
Oh. Brandon Doolin, you love to talk, brother. So, let me hear your heart and put your heart into this. Is this the last we see of Triple H?
At all, I think it's not the last time we'll see him at all, and I actually agree with. I actually agree that we'll probably see maybe 1, 2 more final battles, but then after that, it's basically, I'll put it like this: we got game, we got set, all that's left is match.
Mm-hmm.
We're done.
I mean, let's start off with you, Brandon. Do you believe the rumors that are going backstage as in Vince is going to step down and Triple H is going to handle the whole biz? Or is there something else that maybe you might know that I don't know?
No, man. Actually, I've always thought it was the other way around personally, but sooner or later Vince will have to step down, and I figure they'll go to the game. I don't know if it's going to be as the date that it's rumored to be, but eventually it will.
I mean, from what I don't know if you agree with me or not, but from what I hear, basically, not to sound cheesy, but Triple H and Vince actually really got to know each other in a deep personal level. I mean, obviously, we do know that's his son-in-law. Besides that, besides also having, giving birth to his grandchildren. Besides that, but but besides all that, I mean, it's really gone to a point where he looks at him like, son.
Like a father? Yeah. Actually, that's not really. Really, I'd agree with you on that. That's not really something cheesy. You can clearly tell.
Right.
Well, maybe not clearly, but it is noticeable. That's not really cheesy.
Sean, your opinions?
Mm-hmm.
Is Triple H going to take over, or what's up?
I think we touched on this one time, but I mean, actually see it coming to light.
I mean, because it all started off a rumor. I mean, supposedly in October, which is coming up, which is just around the corner, apparently Vince is going to step down. And the rumor states is that, Vince is actually getting a little cheesy about things, and he wants to spend time with his grandchildren.
Right. I was going to say, with Vince, he wants to spend time with his grandkids. He actually mentioned that in an interview. And to see Triple H take over, it would make sense. It would make sense on paper. It would make sense on screen. But to have him run day-to-day operations, it'll be scary because Triple H is not that guy to say, oh yeah, this is fine. We can go ahead and do this here, and tell Cena to go over here and whatever, and oh yeah, okay, we'll sign all the check. But I wouldn't say he would take that role, that big gigantic role. Maybe 5 years later. Maybe 5 years later. I can't see him doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take time. I would think. I mean, with Triple H, he would like to be a family man.
Right.
Honestly and truthfully, I mean, because you got to think Triple H been doing this for a long time, and shit, man, I would like to spend time with my family if I was out, 365 or however the rest of the schedule is for WWE.
Right.
And Triple H, a legend, he doesn't really need to do anything. He could show up one time, and that's about it.
Mr. Jones, once again, the mic is yours on this one. You want to talk about TNA? Are you ready?
TNA.
Are you ready?
Yes. Bound
The
for
mic
Glory.
is yours. The mic is yours. Go ahead.
Bound for Glory. We got a heck of a build-up. We still do not know who are the members of Ace of Eights. I love this whole thing. It kind of reminds me of NWO almost, but TNA still got some building up to do. I mean, right now, from what I'm seeing, they got a couple of good matches headlined Thursday coming up. Styles versus Joe, Hardy versus Angle, and they just need to step up their game just a little bit more. I mean, they're doing a heck of a lot with Austin Aries as champ.
By the way, they're done with Claire. Yay!
Yeah, thank goodness.
We're done with the Maury story.
Yes.
Thank you.
When
Finally,
it
they did something they should have done months ago.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, Maury would have finished this in a half an hour.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the difference. Good point.
No, let's be real. Maury would have done it in 7 minutes and 33 seconds TV time, but no counting.
Oh, good math.
Oh, how long do you think WWE would have taken that storyline if they tried something like that?
A month.
A year.
Well, then again, look at how long they took the Hornswoggle illegitimate child storyline.
Oh, God.
Really? You had to go there? I thought
Don't
we
remind me.
Exactly. Really?
That was like one of the worst gimmick storylines I ever seen.
Well, that and making Chavo lose to him week after week, in my opinion.
Going back to TNA real quick. So, Maurice, I thought this was Ace and Eights, not Eights and 20s.
Oh, say this again, Evo.
For real, I thought this was Ace and Eights, not Ace and 20.
I don't know.
Apparently now there's a pack. Each night, I guess, people are getting patched. Were you getting patched?
Nope. Because truth be told, I don't know what I was liking the storyline when it first came out. Now it's like, TNA starting to fall into that pattern again. It's like y'all got something good, but then once you start hitting something that really pops, it's like, now what do we do? Because because like they getting ready to do, they're gonna wind up blowing something good on this one, and it's gonna kill this whole storyline. And it's like, because I'm almost expecting, like, when you finally get the reveal, it's gonna be as flat as Paris Hilton, but that's another story.
Wow.
Yeah, because truth be told, how many times have we seen like these mystery reveals, and then it's like, oh wow, it's him. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's going to be like, I'll put it to you this way. Like, it'll be like when we were wondering who was the masked man that attacked Hogan, and then we found out it was Beefcake all along. I was like, yay.
Any predictions who the big guy is?
I don't. At first, I thought it might have been Mike Knox. I don't know at this point.
Okay.
By the way, I'll compare the aces and eights, like you said, aces and 20s. You guys remember WCW, how the NWO practically got half the roster?
You mean the entire roster?
Group? Basically, this is what it's starting to almost seem like, kind of.
My
they keep
thing
increasing in numbers.
My thing is, if you're gonna bring a new bunch, why are you gonna bring a bunch of jobbers though? No offense. I mean, so anybody that works in the in the wrestling business, but seriously, why are you gonna bring a bunch of jobbers?
Because that's how TNA was originally almost. Because you got to think about maybe 5 years, maybe even 7 years ago, you had guys like Rhino, you had the Dudleys, Spike Dudley.
Right.
You have those guys, but those guys weren't really jobbers. But I mean, except for Rhino, I hate to say, but TNA try to grow their roster on jobbers. They even took Christian at one point.
That's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, going back to what Maurice was saying, and don't get me wrong, TNA, your story was going good, but it's like, creative team, did you forget? Psst, we have Bound for Glory coming up. It's like, you forgot. We're supposed to have a new champ. Psst, I think it's James Storm. It's like, really? Did they forget? This is getting a little, I hate to say this, but it's just getting a little sketchy.
Here's
Yeah, that's what the thing is. Like, oh yeah, we got technically no surrender coming up in between. So.
Right.
And here's
I
where the
guess that's
problem
how
with
they're
me
messing
with
around with
TNA is, what are you really going to have for no surrender? And really, to me, this goes back to when I thought Rude could maybe get a rematch, but the monkey wrench thrown into the whole Rude versus Storm thing, to me, the monkey wrench thrown into it was when they said loser doesn't get a rematch. And then I thought, well then how is, I don't know, well then are they still thinking of Rude versus Storm? Or maybe when Aries got attacked and got his arm jacked up, maybe that's the way of somehow taking it off of Aries. Other than that, I'm like, wait. Loser doesn't get a rematch? What are you going to have for no surrender? Because most of the people that could challenge him are in the Bound for Glory series. And everyone that's not in the Bound for Glory series is not main event level. So then what?
Are you
going to challenge for it, and who else do you have?
Since you brought that up, Dylan, I mean, seriously, like, guys, out of the top four, is one of them literally going to be your next champ? Let's be honest. I mean, out of the top four. Apparently, Aries got hurt, so he's out. Or did something happen backstage again that we don't know, and Aries is about to get the boot again?
It's like the Pope, how he got kicked out of the Bound for Glory series because he got injured. Badly.
Apparently, some people are even saying that's fake.
Either way, he's still out of the Bound for Glory. Well, I don't know if it's fake or not, but either way, he's still out of the Bound for Glory series. I don't know what they're going to do. Look, if that's fake, then I don't know. Then I don't know what Pope really can do at that point. I mean, which means basically, if it's fake, that just means to me, creative has nothing for you.
Wow.
Yes.
That soon?
Well, if people see, that's the whole thing, though. I don't know if it was fake or real or whatnot, but I don't know.
Sean.
Either way, it's good for him.
Sean, you love to write. Are we done with this? I mean, seriously? Is this it? Or are we going to see another beatdown?
Another beatdown.
Really?
Another beatdown.
Why is that?
This is how TNA stroke. That's their stroke.
Wow.
Speaking of strokes, has anybody seen Jeff Jarrett? Has anybody heard any news from Jeff Jarrett?
Apparently, he took off from Mexico and went to India, and he's out there trying to recruit.
Oh, Rinky King.
Yes, I couldn't pronounce the name. Thank you, Brandon.
That's right.
But yeah, you got it right though.
Actually, speaking of things that may have suffered a stroke, what happened to TNA's tag division?
It seemed like the weight of the universe shifted with TNA and WWE.
I mean, that's possibly one of the things in even more shape than some of their storylines is who is going for the. I didn't see Chavo or Hernandez this week, and I don't see any other teams that could challenge Daniels and Kazarian. When are they going to defend the tag belts, and who's going to challenge them? It's even more shape than WWE's been.
I feel your pain, Brandon.
And this is the same company that had the Motor City Machine Guns, that had Generation Me, that had Team 3D, that had Beer Money, that had America's Most Wanted, that had Ink Inc. The list goes on and on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And the same thing with the Knockouts, because quite a few of them have left too. No, seriously, I hate to say it, but TNA's tag division, we talk about the word stroke, TNA's tag division seems to have suffered a stroke and then some. And it looks like it may not recover anytime soon.
Sean, do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. TNA's tag team has fallen off deeply. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the team of Daniels and Kaz. And but I think they focus more on the X division because as you see, there's not a lot of people that. To me, because I've been off and on watching TNA, there's nobody in the X division I really know except for Sanjay Dutt.
Right.
Done
and that's because he was there in the early years.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because like when TNA first started out, you had guys like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels,
Eddie Williams.
I want to say Shark Boy was actually part of that too. But
yes, he was for years.
But now you got young guys, which is no problem. That's the whole idea is get young guys in the X division and push them to be contenders later on down the road. But they focus TNA focused more on their X division than their tag team, and when you had the Dudleys as the top competitors as well as the Motor Machine Guns break up, and do solo things.
And Beer Money break up.
Well, see, that was bound to happen. That was, I'll say, that was bound to happen. Bobby Roode.
LAX. Forgot about them, LAX as well.
Yeah, but
as well.
Bobby Roode is a better heel than face.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
Bobby Roode is better as a heel. I feel.
He spent most of his career in TNA as a heel, whether it was part of Team Canada, whether it was doing his own Wall Street company, or whether it's this, or whether it was when Beer Money was a heel tag team. So he's been heel for most of his career in TNA, so I'll agree with you on that. He's got more experience in it.
For me, Bobby Roode was more, and I'm not trying to just disagree with you guys, but to be honest with you, I actually liked him as a face. The only thing was I didn't like, obviously every face does this. Comes in, saves the day, cheesy smile, stands there like Superman. But that was probably it.
Yeah,
that's what plagues most faces, like you said, though.
Right, but for some reason, with him, he could sell it. Everybody else was like, boring.
What are you talking about?
Basically, the difference between Bobby Roode being a face and a heel.
Actually, if I could add another point to what you're saying, if you remember before Bound for Glory last year, Roode was over. If you look at the response he was getting from the crowd, he was as much, you could possibly make a case he was as much over, if not more, than CM Punk was around that same time,
Ooh.
around the time
What-
of Money in the Bank.
But
as
he
a
came, but he. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh well, I was gonna say that he worked like to me. Yeah, he was over as a face, but he worked naturally good as a heel because he reminds you of that that Triple H type of.
Thank you.
that Triple H type of heat. Like he don't get that type of heat, but he reminds you of a young Triple H. The same with like James Storm. He reminds you of like a mix between Shawn Michaels and Triple H because the way he do the little like spine buster and like the super kick, he reminds you of both. But you can't really compare because they're different talents. But it's hard not to because their movesets are almost just identical.
Right.
And it's crazy because I was saying the exact same thing that you were saying. Like these guys are like almost like D-Generation X. You know, Bobby Roode is Triple H and James Storm is Shawn. The only thing I hate about with James Storm is that whole cowboy, you know, and people don't take offense to this, redneck bit. You know, it's just, I mean, it worked for them as a tag team. I guess it worked when he was with, what's his name? Harris.
Harris.
Yeah, it worked. It worked for them as a team there, and he should have elevated his game just a little bit more as to character development. You know, that's just for me. But you know, those guys are hot in TNA, and if TNA does not screw it up, they can actually build something off of that, and they can go from there.
Right.
But like you said,
And they kind of have the same. Not to cut anybody off, but they kind of had the same color as the X too, the green and stuff like that. The green and black. That color is really starting to become more popular nowadays.
Yeah, that and pink.
You beat me to it. Damn it.
we have to think, and I hate to skip off the TNA, but we have to think the primetime players for that one.
Right.
The little jolly ranty colors.
Them and they laffy taffy shorts.
They look like human. Well, their tights are like John Cena's shirt. It's like human Skittles almost.
Right. It's like because sometimes you still come out with the green tights, with the black shirt. Sometimes they come out with the pink. Well, majority of the time they come out with the pink tights. Why should I say sometimes? Majority of the time you see me in the pink. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck is y'all problem? Do y'all have like a color disorder? Like, no, we're gonna wear it.
Couldn't we make the same case with CM Punk almost with all the color tights he wore?
No,
yeah, you can pretty much.
Let's be honest. CM Punk is just trying to pay homage to Macho Man.
That, and you know what? And that he get points for that, and that's about it. That as far as I go. As for Macho Man and Bret Hart, that as far as I go with it. That is it. You should not. Don't get me wrong. Pink, I mean, in some ways is cool, but it's not cool. I'm sorry.
Was he doing this?
What? You know what though? I would literally shit myself, and I mean this literally, if John Cena were to come out with a pink shirt.
Hey, let him have.
Well, he complete all the Care Bear colors, that's for sure. He complete all the Mario Brothers character colors.
Maurice, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he did come up with the pink shirt, right? For I think it was breast cancer awearness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I gotta go shit myself. But that was about the only
and a
time.
picture of him holding the Divas titles. So.
Hey,
I didn't hear you, Maurice.
Yeah, he also has the Yeah, and not to mention he also has like a sky blue like shirt that he did for the Fruity Pebbles campaign.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I actually posted that. I think a while ago. Damn, that's a long ass time ago.
Now see, here's the thing. When you got for a guy, and I don't know, and once again I'm going back in circles with TNA. You got Eric Young, who's holding a Diva tag team. Is that right? Okay. I just want to make sure. It's sad to see that.
Going back to John Cena real quick, the only reason why I respect the dude, and I believe Ro said this a while back, and I'm gonna agree with the guy. Ro, I believe you said that the only reason why you and I both respect John Cena is the fact that this guy actually makes a difference with Make a Wish and the Make a Wish Foundation. Mad props to
Correct.
John Cena. Mad props on John Cena about that. I mean, I really took time to read about that. The guy,
And the truth. And the truth. I respect him for the truth like that. That's like
yeah,
the main two things I respect him for. Just the truth and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Other than that, I mean, like, his in-ring ability ain't the best, but I respect him because he's doing something that he loves. And, you know, he's doing something one point in time I wanted to do, but just never got the time to do it. So, you know, I respect him for that. But other than that, I really, you know.
yeah, same here. I mean, what got me into reading about that was the fact that if anybody watched the WrestleMania Rock versus Cena on Saturday night, uh, basically, Triple H cuts a little promo saying, hey, you know what, Cena actually does that. He has a heart. If he hears that a fan is backstage who's, not just because they're dying from cancer or anything like that, but literally anybody who is in that type of formation, it's like he will take time to be like, oh, I'm busy in a meeting. Oh, but here's some kid who came by to see you. He'll drop the meeting and go see the guy.
Right.
Mad respect on that. I mean, there's a lot of people who tell other people, well, hey, can this wait or can we do it later? No, Cena actually takes off at the point when he's been told.
I'll give Cena credit on that. I'll give him props.
Yeah, same here.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this. Yeah, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of top stars that wouldn't do that stuff.
Exactly. And I'll admit, seeing bitch is one of them. But yeah.
Yo, don't get me started on that, man.
I know I can't even, man, don't get me started on that shit.
Gentlemen, we are running out of time. Anything you guys want to bring up real quick before we go?
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Open mic, anybody.
Yeah, better let everybody go because I know I got the longest, so.
I was gonna say I'm in agreement with you guys. I did like the outfits Naomi and Cameron had.
Oh my!
But you guys know me. If it wasn't for the fact that Natalia was on TV, then I would have still been thinking about Naomi. That's all.
Oh my! Boing.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only reason I haven't is because Natalia was on TV, and you guys know where my priorities stand. You guys know where they stand. I'm gonna say.
Big booty white girls, Mr. Jones.
I was gonna say Gabrielle and Justin Gabrielle and Tyson Kidd were considering naming their tag team International Airstrike.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Actually, I have a question about that. Actually, what if one of those two teamed up with Evan Bourne? Would it fit then? Would the name fit then?
If it
was,
it
still works because Gabriel like high flies, so does Canada. And besides, you got Canada, South Africa.
Oh,
it works.
Speaking of names for tag teams potentially, what about Damian Sandow and Cody Rhodes? I already thought of two names. First one I came up with was the Dashing Intellectuals. But the problem with that is Cody Rhodes no longer does the Dashing nickname, obviously.
Right.
So I thought of another one. I don't know if this would really fit, but how about the Rhodes Scholars?
Oh, look at Brandon getting creative on this one.
How about Rhodes Scholars?
Check out Brandon. I think, hey, you better be quiet because WWE sometimes does pay attention to these shows.
Yeah, I'll attest to that. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are so alive.
We're still waiting for those checks, WWE, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got another shout out.
You know how they are with those.
I got a shout out. Shout out to, this is not wrestling related, this is actually hip hop related. Shout out to Slaughterhouse for having one of the best CDs out today, this year. Thank you for putting out a good product of a CD that I actually wanted and was looking forward to and bought at the same time. Thank you.
Don't get Brian Jones started on hip hop. I mean, we're talking about the R&B thug right here, you know?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, one quick question. How did the LCW turn out?
Ooh, good thing you reminded me about that. Awesome show, people. I will be posting up their live event that was taped on YouTube, and yeah, trust me, you're gonna like it.
Awesome. Because like I was psyched about. I was looking at the whole lineup of the tag team tournament. And I'm like, man.
Tag team tournament? I'm in.
Especially, oh, by the way, special shout outs go out to the whole LCW locker room, especially my boy, Famous B. Famous B will probably join us pretty soon. Cross your fingers on that one, gentlemen. We also got Sadist, the man, what is it? The Ro, you know him, Sadist from BCW. He is known as the Midwest Monster, I believe.
I don't know anything about him.
Oh, whoa. He's from Milwaukee, and you don't know about him?
No, I don't go to local shows.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Anyways, gentlemen, it's a pleasure to talk to you guys. Wrestling fans and around the world, don't forget to check out facebook.com/wrestling commentary central. Whoa. Facebook.com/group/wrestling commentary central. I know I forgot something in there. And also, if you got Twitter, follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. My name is EL.CIBERNETICO. Oh, and by the way, real quick, quick plug, 2 plugs, by the way, coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. It is Ro Robinson and his new show, TNA Recipe. That's right, where he will be talking about upcoming events of TNA, live house shows, backstage interviews, and more. Yeah. And what else, Ro?
Just TNA.
Straight
and
TNA.
What things they should do and things they shouldn't be doing.
And also, Rockin' Reese goes live and direct every Wednesday night, talking about pipe bombs, talking about piping down chicks behind your back, and much more. Oh my God, it's going down in the East Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, Maurice.
Pipe bombs and chicks. Oh my.
Oh my.
Did somebody really just say that?
Oh, yeah, actually, who said that? Oh my! I know they said that. It was like tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my!
I did. That was me.
No, they said that in WWE on a promo when they was promoting the TLC match. He's like tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my!
Oh, Mick Foley. Yeah.
First ever TLC at SummerSlam 2000.
Maurice, real quick, what's your upcoming event your upcoming show about?
Basically, it's anything and everything, and nobody and nothing is off limits, and you're not guaranteed to be safe on this one. It's Rumble with Rocky Reese. I'll do a pilot next Wednesday because I know it's NFL kickoff week next week, so. Ooh. I will be actually, I'll be going live after the kickoff show because
Let's go Cowboys. That's all I gotta say about that.
Fuck your Cowboys.
Patriots. Patriots.
All right. Yeah, but I'll be doing a live pilot after NFL kickoff this week, but then I'll be switching to normal time. I'll be going 10 Eastern. Starting Wednesday the 12th.
There it is, gentlemen.
Oh, and also don't forget, extra side note, I want to give a plug. If you are a wrestling fan, this weekend, 20-year anniversary, one of the greatest matches of all time, not just for the Intercontinental title, but I'm saying of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, British Bulldog, SummerSlam 92, London, England, Wembley Stadium. Check it out. Yo. School somebody wrestling now.
Favorite match of all time?
The only if I'm not mistaken, the only pay-per-view that has ever had the Intercontinental title was the main event.
That is correct.
Right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, the Intercontinental title by itself, because we all know some people talk. Yeah, because I say, hey, what about WrestleMania 6? Oh. Yeah, we know the Intercontinental title is on the line too, but so is WWE.
Yeah, I mean by itself though.
Yeah. By itself, you're right. This was the first and I believe only time, unless there was one of those British pay-per-views over there, like Insurrection or something like that. But if y'all have not seen this, or if y'all know somebody that's a novice fan, if you want them to really get schooled on wrestling, please show them this match because 20 years later, it still stands the test of time in my book, and I'm sure many of our fellow callers on here tonight will agree with that as well.
Yes, #1 match of all time, but there's another match ahead of them, but I'm not going to say that. That's another show. But anyways, gentlemen, thank you for calling in. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Make sure to subscribe to YouTube at Spawn 2011 #3. Follow us on Twitter at WCC Live. My name is EL.CIBERNETICO, along with Mr. Jones.
Yes, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We're signing out.
Signing out. Don't forget, Saturday night, Breakdown. Monday night, The Uncensored Show. Tuesday night, Overload. Wednesday night with Maurice. And Thursday night, bringing back all the way to TNA, Mr. Rowe and his TNA recipe. Do you smell what the Rowe is cooking? Good night.
Adios.
Right.